Let us draw some harvest mice. We will start with some circles, just like when we make one with beeswax. Now for the color, you can find the lightest brown or an orange color. Harvest mice look reddish brown, or you can even say a bit golden, while their undersides look white. I'm going to be drawing here in this area, and then so you can use this space to write. We will be starting with the circle part. We are going to move from there to make 3 little mice. So the first mouse will be sniffing up with its snout up. So the way you do it is, from the circle, you're going to slowly transform the movement of your crayon to sort of a teardrop shape. Then you go higher and higher as you make the snout. And it will come to a point where you will see the body of the mouse up here. It's like you're stretching the circle slowly till the snout is pointing up. And then at this point you can add some front legs. Maybe it's eating a grain, and then you can show the back legs, and you can actually darken a part of the circle because of their haunches, their sort of hips, and then they will have feet like this. You can darken the tip a bit in their snout, and then you can make ears that are pointing sort of backwards like this on their heads. So that is your first mouse. We will add the tails later after we add the wheat that they are resting on. For the second mouse, we can make this one with its head sort of pointing down. Maybe it's going to be already nibbling on a piece of wheat. So again, start from the circle, starting from the middle of the circle, and then I'm going to be pulling up this time towards the other side, pulling up, and then to sort of start curving to this side. And I want this maybe to point down. I want the teardrop to point down a bit. I want it to be looking down on the piece of wheat. Okay, now we can add where we would like the front legs. So I want it to be sort of here in the front, and him to be eating. And then there will be 2 back legs this time, so I'm going to make a circle here on the foot, another curve here, not a circle because it's only one side, and the foot. And I'm going to add an ear here and here, and there's our second mouse. The third mouse, I wanted to be doing something funny. As you heard yesterday, these mice are very acrobatic, so they can balance. So I'm going to use this circle as sort of the back part, their hips. And I want this mouse to sort of be dangling with its back feet balancing on one stalk of wheat here at the back. And then he will be trying to reach up and towards another stalk in front of him here. So the teardrop shape will look like that. And now we are going to add its details. And the back leg is going to be trying to grab a stalk that will be here. So let's put the hip here and place the foot that's visible here, and then it's going to be holding on to a different stalk here and then sniffing a different stalk as well. It's very close by. Okay, there you go. Alright, so we have our 3 mice here. Now we are going to be placing, based on their positions, we are going to be placing some ripe wheat. So this one over here, I think he will be standing on one, and then he looks like he is sniffing another one here. So we are going to be drawing first the middle part of our stalks. And this one over here, I think he will be standing on a bent one. He's quite big. It's quite heavy looking, and when wheat is ripe, it can actually bend down a lot because of how heavy it is. And we can add another wheat here for this one. He's sniffing it. Okay, make it point maybe a bit towards his way. And then there's another one here that he's holding. You can make it bend this way. He's really holding on for dear life here. And then another one here at the back that he's grabbing with his back toes. And then we can just add maybe some other ones around the rest. Now to put the detail in our wheat, we are going to be using an orange pencil, and we are just going to be adding the little grains. So this one, he's standing on it, but he's also eating one, and the grains are quite pointy if you look at them, and they're alternating from one side to the other. We'll make it look like this, with the golden one sort of acting like the spine. Alright. Okay, that's the basic shape, and then we need to add these little hairs that sort of point out from the tips of the grains like this. Now I'm going to do it to the rest of them to make them look very nice. And of course, little hairs. And then in the background, you can fill the bottom part with the gold. It's a huge field, and maybe if you have a light green, you can sort of make out here a sort of a horizon way out in the back, very lightly. And whenever you have a wheat stalk or a mouse, try to pause and continue behind it. And then everything below that you can make into the field. Make sure you don't hide the ones in the front, so make the ones for the back a bit lighter. And after that, you can draw the tails around the stalks, and if the tail goes behind, then you hide it behind the stalk, just like in form drawing.